Hi everyone, welcome to Working Women. I'm your host Fanny. We have met many amazing women who are running creatives at work. We hope to share inspiring stories about how female executives, entrepreneurs and freelancers from Singapore are taking charge and building successful businesses. So today we are speaking to S.E.A. She's a WeChat and TikTok specialist and the marketing director of Duren WeChat Marketing. She's also F45 sales head for Asia market. F45 is a global fitness training community specializing in innovative, high-intensity group workouts. So hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for inviting.
No problem. So as a working mother, we carry a lot of roles with us every day.
Yeah.
So what's a typical day for you like?
My days are so different. Basically, I prioritize whatever the kids need first, and then I plan my work around. So when I take the kids to Garden by the Bay or Botanic Garden, when they are playing, I'm on the call with a client. So which is great. I love multitasking. I feel I'm really useful that way. And then usually I wake up about 7:30 or so, because that is the time our headquarters of F45 in the LA and also the headquarters in Sydney, both on the civilization time zone, that we can have a sales Zoom call, and then that's the time I join in. And then there's a very short window, like before 9 o'clock, before the American office finish their day. I have to deal with a lot of emails and get that done first. And then the rest of the morning is with the Sydney office. We talk about the agreements and everything, and then have lunch, and then I always have a noon nap. And then after that, I will start working on some of my WeChat or TikTok clients follow up, and then bring the kids for a swim always. And dinner time, then watch a lot of British comedies with my husband. Like we were watching Father Ted. It's an Irish comedy, and then during the whole lockdown time, the kids were turning a little bit Irish accent at the end of the day.
How young are your kids?
I have a 9-year-old and I have a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Chinese and British mix. But I was really focused on that since they were so young. I was telling them that I was telling my husband that we gonna have to. I have to speak Chinese to them only. They don't have to learn English all the way until they're 3 years old. Because when they go to school, they will pick up English. Like I learned English when I was 14, 13 years old in China. And I said, but I still can argue with you every day and I can still win. English is much easier to pick up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then I could guess what you're going to ask is like, how do you do the work and family balance? There's no balance. When I was traveling like crazy in China, like how last year before the COVID, I feel guilty. I feel extremely guilty that I cannot join the parents meeting and I cannot like keep an eye on my daughter's homework. She's in the RGPS. It could be very stressful. I wasn't there the whole time, but I actually love the lockdown time. I can be a proper tiger mom and every day, and then. But during that time, there was learning from home, right? And mommy, the Zoom call is not working. I can't hear the teacher. I'm on the call with a client. I really cannot stop that call. So that was a little bit stressful for a while. And then later I told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm going to just handle one kid, my 5 years old. He's only 5 years old. If he's not learning from 5 years old to 5 years and 3 months old, he's okay. I'm not going to take care of him about study at all. If you want to go swimming for 5 hours a day, I don't care. But it's not easy, but it's fun. I always believe that in life, if you take this amount of, you get this amount of happiness. For children, it's the same. If you don't take this amount, you will never experience this amount of happiness. And that kind of happiness, people with no children, they will never experience.
That's a very good perspective.
Yin and yang. There's always a yin and yang. You if you have too much luck, some shit is coming up in the future. You can't be always lucky.
True.
Yeah.
So you hit two of the, I would say, most dynamic industry, which is happening right now, WeChat, TikTok, and F45. So how do you think these two industries or companies are, gearing themselves post-COVID?
Let's talk about WeChat and TikTok marketing first. During the COVID, I got the best sales for April and May because people realized this is the only way to go.
Yeah.
So, me and my colleagues, we train the SMEs in Singapore. We host classes in Singapore Productivity Center. We train them in SERS. The cost fee is maybe like $2,500, but the government subsidized 90% for them to learn from us because all the SME owners or marketers realize they hit a bottleneck for the Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Yes. You want to be an influencer on YouTube is getting really, really hard. Yes. You're going to have to work 5 years with constantly producing content, then maybe you'll get recognized in the future. It's very hard. So we realized that when I came to Singapore when I was 17 years old, the population was 3 million. Mm-hmm. And now the population is almost 6 million. Mm-hmm. So out of 3 million, the 75% has to be Chinese. And Singaporean are not giving birth enough. We know that. And where are they from? They're like myself, come from China. Mm-hmm. So I had a good success when I was running my own yoga and dance studio before all of F45 and everything. We only target women and we only target Chinese speaking. So I realized people like myself, when we came here, I like to go for yoga and dancing class, but everything is in English, in true yoga or fitness first or whatever. I just don't feel comfortable. I don't want to break my bones because I didn't understand what she wants to say to me. So we had our studios only teach everything in Chinese for a belly dance studio. We started with a belly dance studio and then became the biggest belly dance studio can be in Chinatown. And then we rent another studio in Chinatown because our classes are expanding. Also, third level shop house, cheap, hard to find. And then we all only drag the traffic by WeChat. We don't spend too much money on Facebook at all. And we're the only ones on WeChat promoting fitness classes. It's like a no-brainer. So the business was very good, and then we get our second studio, and then we didn't know on the second floor there's a lawyer's house, lawyer's office. So whenever we're dancing, they're complaining. But that's a landlord's problem. The landlord shouldn't even agree that we've been there. But we've done the renovation, we got the mirror, got the floor, and we're saying, okay, what to do? Yoga. So then we started a yoga class. Actually, yoga was going better than dance because like more people like to do yoga than doing belly dancing. Belly dance is so niche. It's fun. It's lots of fun, but it's too niche. So then during the time when we bring our students for a performance in like at the Middle Eastern bars or some events at Shangri-La or something, they dance really well, but they don't know how to do makeup. The makeup look awful. Then the clients are not happy. Or say, okay, we're going to have to teach them how to do makeup. I don't know how to do makeup at all. But then, so we get a teacher to teach them makeup. And then we said, we should open a makeup studio. So we start having our third studio doing makeup. And then we provide the makeup artist for MediaCorp for the last 5 years. So that was the beginning of my fitness management journey. But then when I start taking the F45 role, I realized I just can't take care of all of this as one go. So I separate myself from the dance and yoga studio. Then completely doing F45 and also F45 sales for Asia and also WeChat marketing. Come back to WeChat marketing is basically I tell the SME owners, if you want your, especially somebody's in tourism, if you want your shop to be seen by the China tourists, if you're not on WeChat, you just don't exist because everything is banned. If Facebook banned Instagram, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on that, they will never find you. So like our clients, Scoot Airline, Singapore Flyer, and Singapore Tourism, and PropNext, and AIA, Manulife, and Maybank, all of that. So we help PropNext so many apartments to Chinese because otherwise, how can they even? Chinese will never go on website. It doesn't matter how beautiful is their website. We stay on WeChat forever for everything. That's a powerful part of WeChat is like if someone book a flight on WeChat from Shanghai to Singapore, we can detect that from the backend data of Tencent, and then we can
Feed them in.
yeah, then we can check because everybody's using WeChat Pay, so we kind of sort of guess, can you afford a Marina Bay Sands, or we should give you Hotel 81?
Oh.
That's very accurate. So then they say, okay, you are able to fit Marina Bay Sands, so that's the advertisement you're gonna see.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're gonna feed you all the attractions. You only have 4 days here. If we occupied you everything that we tell you to do, you just have no time when you come here. You see some beautiful like Garden by the Bay trips or something, you just don't have time for that. So that's something fascinating to me. Like every week we have the training with Tencent headquarters. They blow my mind. Like the digital marketing industry in China is 5 to 10 years advanced than rest of the world.
Yeah.
So what our job is diluted to the bite-sized learnable bits to Singapore and also Western companies for them to understand. If we give them more, they can't take it. It's just way too much. Yeah. So I just love, I have the passion for that. And then when I get to know about F45, they actually saw my talent of doing the Chinese marketing, social media, because nobody else know in the whole company. They ask me, say, Xiao, why is Chinese email is all numbers? It's from QQ. And they ask me, what's a WeChat and a WhatsApp difference? Why we have to pay money for WhatsApp? I say, no. WhatsApp is not WeChat, okay? Get that right. Yeah. WhatsApp is just like 1% of the function of WeChat. So I think it's really, actually they're connected. If you want to bring your brand awareness out, and then if you don't use the right tool for China, there's no way you can crack in. That's why I read an article today about, in China, all these DIY shops failed so badly. They don't know China. They don't know China culture. Handyman is so cheap in China. Nobody wants to DIY. That's such a European thing. Like everything, when my husband is British, everything he was like, okay. When he came here, he bought a huge, expensive like toolbox and then all of that. Why? It's so cheap to hire someone to fix it, right? Why have to bother to do it? And maybe you make a huge mess, and then maybe it's not safe at the end of the day. Yeah. So that's why those DIY shops are never successful in China. You're gonna have to understand China. You're gonna have to understand Chinese culture. So I think, like, really, I really think I'm the perfect person to cracking the market for them to for China market for F45. They are connected. Marketing is something you never know if surely work or not. You're going to have to throw your money in and then hope and pray it will work. So I've tried it all. I know this and this works. And then we throw money in, and then we bring in the students. Each trial acquisition cost is between $50 to $100. So nothing is free. So the teacher was thinking of, it's a free trial, it's fine. I said, no, don't let them go. Convert them, Otherwise, we're really losing money every time we get the trials, but not converting them. And so after that, I realized I studied more and more about how to convert the students, and then I'm teaching the teachers how to do the sales in a nice and subtle and then a little bit aggressive way if they really not gonna buy. Then I realized, it's all connected. We're selling ourselves every day. I'm selling to my kids. If you don't do your homework, you're not going to get this. But if you do your homework, you can get this and this. It's all about up the value, adding the value, and then you want a repeat customer, which is your kids, want to do this homework again. Same thing.
But I think one of your key strengths is the ability to smell opportunities and then open up new or pivot your business into a different direction that you have acquire new sales. I think this is something that Singaporeans are lacking. Like we tend to stick to the one way and then we keep knocking on the door that never opens. So do you have any tips or tricks or tips to all our freelancers out there who wants to develop that part of them? The ability to see and witness opportunities.
I once was asked the question that should I still jump into TikTok or anything? It's so crowded out there. It's hard to stand out. But listen, it's free. It's free. And then when you post on your LinkedIn and then your one video you post on your LinkedIn, your Facebook, just post it on TikTok and hope and pray it would go viral or not. Even it's not, what you gonna lose? You're gonna lose another 5 seconds of your life. And then, but what if it gone viral? What if? So I never believe in about so-called gurus on YouTube say, if you pay me $2.999, I gonna promise you your TikTok will have so many followers and whatever. So there's so many like TikTokers or YouTubers, they have millions of followers, and then one of the girl can't even sell 20 leggings on her channel. Likes and subscribers doesn't pay the bill. But this is another channel to bring your personal branding. I never too much believe in what called B2B sales. People buy from people. You see that on LinkedIn, Microsoft has maybe 8 million subscribers, but Bill Gates have 32 million. So we want to humanize this whole brand and just put yourself there, tell your story, and people just, and also listen up. Don't get offended if people don't click with you. You're not US dollar. You cannot be liked by everybody. There is a 50% chance people will not like you, which is okay. Okay, so if bad things about you or something, that's 50% of them, which is right ratio. If 100% people agree with you, which is what you mentioned, like Singaporeans or locals, they intend to want everybody like them. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. Just imagine if everybody agree with your opinion, then who you are. Because there are two sides of the story always, and then you are leaning to this person because you want to please him. You're leaning to her because you want to please her. Why? Live your own way. You can't be anybody else. It's too hard to be anybody else all the time, as well.
Okay.
Just close your eyes and run, and don't even think about tripping somebody here or whatever, because people always ask me, okay, F45 is so hot now, and then, the technology, and then people will copy you. I was like, that's great. If people don't copy you, that's something wrong because you're not doing something great. And then they say, fitness industry is so competitive. And I said, then why don't you go and sell Kodak film? It's not competitive there because there's no money to be made there. True. It's a dead industry. If some place is so competitive, jump in and then see who is better. And then if somebody's putting out 10 content on LinkedIn every day, you put 20. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm putting too much content. It's very annoying to people. But you're assuming people are looking at every single piece of your content, which is they're not your mother. They wouldn't do that. So if they can see 1 or 2 a day of your content, that's good enough.
So do you think TikTok is the marketing strategy, in the next few years?
Actually, I started learning more about TikTok only recent years. But previously, I was thinking, I'm not a teenager. I don't want to dance. And I don't want to do lip syncing. And then why on earth I have to get into TikTok? And only the moment I realized that TikTok can target the target audience as same accurate as WeChat. So they can detect location you hashtag in, if you are in Marina Bay Sands a lot or you in Newton Circus a lot. So we know what kind of thing we should push it for you. And then the reason TikTok video to be so addictive, because they learn your behavior. They watch okay, if you don't, I hate cooking 100%. So if there is a cooking video, maximum 1 second, I would just flip it away. And then they will learn that they would not push the cooking video to me anymore. But if it's a fitness video, I would watch all the way to the end. They learn that, and then they will push more fitness video for you. And also they would understand you can afford Li-Ning or you can afford Lululemon. They can guess that from the hashtag you do, and then the location you go, and then they can detect the background. You can go very, very accurate. So when we're doing, in China, it's called Douyin, not TikTok. So when we spend money for F45 to target Douyin users in China, we only choose 25 to 45 years old, not your typical teens or early 20s, because F45 is premium. We're very premium. So we realize that way when we bring the clients walking through the door, the conversion rate can be high as 88%. But in Singapore, the conversion rate can be 20, 25, 30% because we get clients through Facebook. You have no idea they have money or not. You know they love fitness, but you do not know can they afford it. But for some premium product, it's very important to know if you can afford it or not.
Yes. Do you think that women need to work even harder than men in order to prove ourselves?
100%. I just read an article about that. Women's company is 38%, but women who get the capital funding is 2%. Yeah, the angel investor intend to fund men a lot more.
They tend to fund men more.
Definitely. And then especially the industry I have in the fitness, I walk into a room, probably I'm the only woman, like talking to 40, 50 guys as a probably investor or something. You know what's funny thing is I didn't even notice that I was the only woman. And then said, okay, let's take a photo together. And then when I came out, I was like, I'm the only woman. That's how I noticed that. Probably because I study manufacturing engineering. I'm pretty used to be like
the only women.
Yeah, being with a lot of guys all the time. And then personally, I think my character is a guy with long hair. That's all. So sometimes I overdo the accessories to prove I'm really a woman.
But how do you exert your their attention on you? How do you make sure that your presence is felt?
I lower my voice always. And then if someone is talking, I'm not talking. The thing is, if you want to talk on top of them, they can be louder. And then you're going to lose anyway. So if anyone is talking, I keep my mouth shut and then realize, okay, something's not right. And then I keep on talking. Yeah, it's not easy. And then they have this buddies, they have the mates joke and things like that. I'm totally an outsider. I admit that. That's why I just focus on myself. And at the end of the day, I sell better than you. That's it.
So you mentioned just now about how personal branding is so important when we are trying to do sales or when you're trying to market yourself, as a brand, as a freelancer, importantly. So what important tips do you have for, our female freelancers out there who wants to, make their mark in the freelancing or the gig economy?
Keep on whatever you're specialized in, and then keep on putting the content out there on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on any sort of social media, and have your opinion. Please have your opinion. Like if your content is so mild, like I'll post. I've joined a few fitness. Some sort of seminars. It's like, we have post-COVID, we have to support each other. That's official talk. That doesn't catch people's eyes, and then that doesn't show your character at all. Like my character, a lot of people don't like, but it's okay. But at least I have a character. I know where I'm standing at 100%. And always be positive. Always be positive. I mean, out of 400 billion sperm, one of them, we became human. We are lucky as crazy. Live every day. And our kids are healthy, family are healthy. That's the luckiest thing can be already. So during COVID, half of the clients were complaining that, oh my gosh, COVID is F45's fault. Economy not good is F45. Everything is F45's fault. The other half is just focus on their members and then keep on texting them. How are you doing? What can I help you? And then that's the kind of the studios are having the really good performance. And also, but think about it. And also be positive about starting your business anytime. Don't tell me now is the downturn or whatever. In the U.S. history, there is 47 recessions during the whole time. So 30% of the time you are in a recession. So it doesn't matter when you start your business or when you start social marketing, whatever, you will hit a downturn. And this is the best time for people who have the real capability to stand out. Think about how the companies get rid of how many rubbish, lazy people sit there forever. but never produce. The company is nice and lean. And then actually companies are still looking for talented people and then capable people out there. All the entrepreneurs get into the business with 1,000% confidence already, but still 90% of them die. If you come in with a lot of negativity and thinking this is not going to work, you sure will die, right? So your content has to be positive, educational, entertaining. I actually, funny enough, I got a message on WeChat the other day. A very young Chinese girl texted me and said, Xiao, you're good at making money. Can you teach me how? And then my reply is, I work for people for free. And then she blocked me. I'm telling her the truth. I did work for people for free for a long time. The first few months, it's very hard to crack into a new market for anything, WeChat, TikTok, whatever. Now we have some sort of proven record or something. But at the beginning, we are all same. You started the post number 1 and then subscriber 0. Gary Vee or anybody else started with 0 as well, right? So don't worry about people judging you. And then if I did get people on Facebook telling me that you're posting too much about F45, I said, it's my Facebook, by the way. It's not yours. Why you, if you don't want to look at it, just unfriend me, right? To start with. So it's a good way to get rid of the friend. For entrepreneurs, freelancers, just do everything and stay positive. Just remember, Gary Vee said, you're a human being that's lucky enough.
Yeah.
And you're healthy every day. And that's amazing. And then you are in the best country can be. The people ask me, say, your husband is from England. When you retire, will you go back to England with him? I said, listen up. Husband is replaceable. Singapore is not. I'm going nowhere. This is the best weather can be. This is the best place for freelancer and the best place for the kids' education ever. Like, who wants to go to, fish and chips 7 days a week and then cold weather and then no Chinese food? It's definitely not my cup of tea.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time today. I mean, you are a breath of fresh air because you gave us perspectives that we never.
Am I the first China person on the show? I guess.
Yes, I think so. Yes, yeah. But it's just different perspective and your positivity. I mean, it's something that I think. I mean, Singaporeans, we all have to embrace and look from things from the other angle. Yeah, and at the same time, you are also very business driven because you tend to know where
I want to buy a bigger condo.
So thank you for joining us. Subscribe to our show, Freelance Creative Exchange. Check out our Freelance Creative Exchange website and join our Creatives at Work community on Facebook and Instagram. Have a wonderful week. Be kind, stay safe, and we'll chat soon.